Hey America. So this message, I just have a little message for tonight, and I hope everybody's doing fine. But basically, this message is because if you don't know me, I was born and raised in Chicago, and Chicago is a city, a big city, and a lot of times, we want to teach our kids everything we do know, and let them be, so they can adjust to the world. However, I just want you to understand, like growing up for me. I had my naive times. I had my just learning different stuff, learning the streets, learning this, that. Some of it was, a choice and some wasn't. However, I was blessed to have, book smarts. And I was blessed to have common sense. And I was blessed to, once I started living or being involved in the streets any type of way, I still was able to use my head. So with that being said, that's not the life that I want my kids to go now. But I also understand that sometimes the best lesson is learn a lesson that you learn on your own. But if I can prevent my children from going through anything that I experience, is letting them know. So of course, I just want parents to understand that if you have experienced anything and you want to teach your children something without them having to go through what you're going through, how I'm trying to do it with me is like I talk to my children about everything. I talk to them about situations I've been through. I talk to them about, stuff that happens in the world. I talk to them about everything. Because, sometimes we as parents think that it's only one way to do stuff. And it's not. And I'm learning that as a parent now. With that being said, I want my kids to, of course, both of my kids are book smart, but I want them to implement that, but that smartness. I want my kids are 13 and now, and they have plenty of common sense. Always have. I want them to implement that in their everyday life. Also, street. I don't necessarily want them to be in the street, but I want them to have some type of just of having street smarts. I want them to understand that you don't have to grow up in the street to actually have it. You can have experiences and you can have people tell you experiences and just say about all the stuff or what to do in certain situations, because I talk to my children all the time about getting in a certain situation, especially the ones that I actually went through myself, how they can do stuff. And of course, like I said, it's nothing like hands on. And I'm not saying it's going to be the perfect example, but it's still an example. I want my kids to be well rounded in every area without actually having to go through what I went through. And if I have to teach my kids and tell my kids this is what I went through, this is an example of, how it affected me in a negative way, how it hindered me, hopefully that'll prevent them from going through it. And by me telling them certain things that I've been through, if they have to one day, go to college or, do anything and they have to experience it, they will have that in their head of, that mental in their head of me telling them my experience. And I think that is very pivotal to teach your children as much as you can without them uh, experiencing it. And like I said, you do have, for me, all my experiences in life is the ones that taught me, is the ones that's taught me on my own what I went through. And then later on down the line, when I went through them, I started listening to, my mother and, you know, older people, because that's was like, by them, I've been my best friend my whole life. It's elderly people and people that's older than me. So using those experiences and just teaching your kids about them is one thing. And I want parents to understand that it's okay to teach your kids and break your kids down to some stuff. Break things down on a level that they understand. I've always tried to do my children like that since they could comprehend. And even if it's something that is higher than their understanding, breaking it down the best that I can with my ability so they can understand has always been my purpose when I'm teaching them stuff. And that's why I'm trying to teach them more of inspiring and empowering, because we need that. We need that with our men, we need that with our women, we need that with our children, especially in today and everything that's going on. So I just hope that, this message helps you, in any type of way, or how you want to teach your kids and stuff like that. And like I said, every person is different, every parent is different, every child is different. So taking your own rules and adding to it is perfectly fine. So that's what I try to do with my children, teach them everything that I could possibly can in the best way I can possible. And I'm not perfect, so it won't be perfect, but hopefully they receive my message on level of me of the deliverance of it, basically. And I hope y'all have a nice night. I just want to say that because I think it is very something that we have to teach our children. We have to teach our children so much more now that I wasn't even taught, when I was growing up. And just for their better purpose, their better being, and without scaring them or, traumatizing them. So, because my children are well rounded already at 13 and 9, some things are easy for them to comprehend, different ways and how I deliver it to, them. But it definitely helps, and I thank God that He did bless me with those two children who understand so much at a young age. And I just hope, us as parents take our time with our children in whatever way that we feel fit. So, good night, America, and y'all have a blessed night.